Hello, it's the Frugal Crafter, Lindsay again. Welcome to my studio. Today we are going to make some Chinese takeout boxes using the brand new Box Bonanza set from Lindsay Stamp Stuff, available at mygraphico.com. And I'm also going to show you how to make some paper fortune cookies, because they would just be really cute, fun favors for your next party. Alright, the first thing you need to do is to cut your template, your takeout template, and I'm using some pretty paper from American Crafts. It's the Amplified collection, I believe. Now you'll notice, after you cut your template, you have these 4 little pinholes that have been cut into the bottom of your box, and that is to help you score. So what I've done is I've taken a clear ruler and a bone folder. You can use a butter knife if you don't have a bone folder, and I am just going to line up my edges, my notches in the box, and I am going to push hard with this bone folder so I can make some nice scores. I don't know if you can see that very well, but you get a nice, it will just make it really easy to fold on those spots. And I'm going to go around and do it on every side. This American Crafts paper also cuts really well in the Cricut, so that's why I like to use it. The pattern's a little bright and a little loud, so I find that I have a hard time using it in cards, but for things like boxes or envelopes, something that I'm not going to decorate very much, it's really great because it's got so much going on its own that you really don't want to add a whole lot to it. Here I am doing the same scoring to each side. One more side to go here. Stay with me. I like to keep my patterns as simple as I can so that it's easy to remember how to make them again if you need to. Now I'm also going to connect these dots so you end up with like a square on the bottom of your box. The first one you make might take you a little bit of time, but after that it gets very simple. Alright, now if you want, you can also score between these flaps. I kind of like a little bit of a puff look to the top of my box, so I'm not going to do that on all the flaps. I didn't do it at all in this one. So see how you've got a very puffy look to the top of the box? If you want more of a traditional takeout box, you can score between these 2 spots and you'll end up with a more compact folded box. Now the first way to fold, I want you to squeeze from the notch to that point on each side. See how there's a little notch there? And this is going to be the part that indents in the center of your box. These boxes are actually very sturdy and strong, so you know you could really pack a lot in them. You could put quite a heavy gift. Now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to fold over the other creases that we made with our scoring tool. See, each edge is going to go together like that, and that's how we're going to get the edges of our box. So you want to go ahead and just crease those score lines you just made. This is kind of like origami because you do a lot of folding and unfolding. And you could take a little more time. I'm just going to try to rush through it so you're not watching me fold things for half an hour. And here on the bottom, I am just creasing those score marks. And I'm going to assemble this box with hot glue. You could use score tape or red line tape, but I like hot glue. It's quick, it's easy. I'm going to start by putting a little bit in the center here. And I'm going to squeeze it. And low temperature is just fine for this. Less chance of burning yourself. If you don't like to work very quickly, you may prefer to use the tape because the glue will dry on you, so you want to make sure you're going to work quick enough to be able to get the sides stuck together the way you want. Again in the center here. Only takes a little touch of it. And the paper's thick enough that you shouldn't burn your fingers. And if you're doing this with kids, I would use tacky glue or double stick tape, because kids aren't as careful with hot glue guns. You always feel bad if a kid gets burned, where, you know, if you burn your own fingers, it's not that big of a deal. Alright, we got one more edge to go. I know you're impatient if hot glue takes a long time to dry. Okay, and I'm just going to glue down this last flap, and then I'll let you peek inside the box so you can see how I've stuck them down. Alright, if you look in there, you can see I have stuck them both down on the same edge there. You could do it however you like. I think that makes it look a little bit neater though. Pull off my glue strings. Alright, I'm going to fold those two side flaps in, and then simply fold these over and lock them together. And there you have it. Look how easy, look how cute. You could put a little stamped medallion, you could put a little ribbon in here, anything to hold it. It's just cute the way it is, I think. Now, to make the fortune cookies, these are really fun. You just need a circle of paper. Double-sided paper works really well. This is just single-sided paper from that same collection. They just go so well together, I wanted to stay in the same line. I'm folding it in half so that the right side is in, and I'm just creasing about that much of the paper. Okay? You don't want to fold it all the way across. Now open it up, and I want you to fold it in half the opposite way, so it's kind of at a 90-degree angle from your last fold. Don't crease it though. You want to push in with your finger there on that crease you made, and grab with your thumb and your index finger and pull them together. And see? Fortune cookie. Now I like to use my tagger gun, but you can see these things break, so I stuck a little paper clip in there and fixed mine because it's quite a handy little tool. I didn't want to be without it, but I didn't want to go spend 20 bucks for a new one, so that worked just fine. And there's enough give in there that you could still stick a fortune in there if you wanted to, so you can make these up ahead of time. You could put love notes in there for Valentine's Day. You could put fortunes in there for an Asian theme party. You could do all sorts of different things. Here we'll do another one really quick. I creased it. I'm going to open it up, fold it at a 90-degree angle, push in with my index finger, pull them together with my ring finger and thumb, and just stick the tagger in there. Careful not to poke yourself. These things are really sharp. There we go. If you don't have a tagger, that's no big deal. You can use glue. Do it again this time with a glue gun. You could use a brad. That would work just as well. So for glue, you just want to put a tiny little dot. And of course, tacky glue will work just fine, but I have my hot glue gun here, so I'm just going to use that. Hold it for a second until it sets. And there you go. We have a nice assortment of fortune cookies. You can see whatever size circle you make will make a different size fortune cookie. You can use whatever circle cutters you have. You can use whatever paper you have. I think they're just cute. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting.